Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for another max effort upper day. But a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below. It would be greatly appreciated. Let's get over to the training. Today I did something a little different. I did something that I have thought about a lot lately as a coach and as a lifter that I've said I don't generally support, but I did it. And I think if done carefully, it has merit. Today I went for a max triple. I went for a max triple instead of a single. I'm not so sure about doing this with deadlifts. Box squats, benching, yeah, in the right context, probably something I'll discuss further. Ramped up with 40 pounds of chains. The final triple was paused because this one felt slow enough. They were grinding enough. I'm like, okay, I can make another jump. Went up to 255 plus the 40 pounds of chains. All paused, which for me probably is pretty close to true weight. Why? Because on benching, I don't tend to miss stuff at the bottom. Like with bands or chains, it tends to be pretty representative, pretty close to what I can handle. But, we'll see. Looking at the footage, though, I wouldn't really call that a max. It felt like it, but when I look at that bar speed in the footage, that last one, I should have made another jump. It's okay, I'm not used to doing heavy triples at the moment. All right, went back to the straight bar for all my pause benching. Got later videos coming out I've already done. Who knows when they'll be out. I'll probably need to discuss it a few times. I've dug into the data a ridiculous amount on specialty bars and benching and hypertrophy and muscle activation and what percentages different muscles activate as percentages of your maxes with the different bars. Like, there's quite a bit of research out there on this, like actual real research, because it's of interest to researchers. I think for my purposes, the straight bar is better right now for my main rep work, mainly because it hits more pec. People go, what? Yeah, the specialty bars, cambered bars, buffalo bars, do not seem to hit the pecs harder. They hit the delts harder. They actually seem to use less long head of the tricep. But the long head of the tricep really only seems to get involved on the flat bench with a straight bar to a great degree when we get to 90% of our max. Whole different topic. I need to bring my chest up for the benching. Okay. But that whole thing raises a whole nother question, that if we need more delts for the bench, should people be overhead pressing or should they be using certain specialty bars? That's a valid point, because different bars emphasize delts versus pecs more, triceps versus delts more, so on and so forth. Our specialty bars can completely replace a lot of things we are doing for supplemental work. Just saying. There's good data on this stuff. Rows. I'm doing a ton of grip work. I decided, you know what, if I'm going to work on these barbell rows, I'm not going to worry about tearing up my hands. I'm not going to worry about grip. I'm just going to strap up. You know why? My grip is doing phenomenal. Based on those deadlifts, it's doing great. And I can tell you the dead hangs have probably been one of the best grip tools I've ever used. They've been one of the best grip tools I've ever used. And now that I'm adding fat bar work in, which seems to be one of the other best tools I've ever used, helped me be able to grip over 600 on deadlifts before. I think that combination is really where it's at. Fat bar work, especially like my deadlifts that I'm doing on the lower days with it. Doing my dead hangs every day. Okay? That's what builds grip for me. Rows, let's just go ahead and use it as a supplemental lift. I need to build up the muscles of my deadlift, my upper back. All right? So I need to just get strong on these. And this let me add more weight. Now these were hard because I'm not quite used to rowing this much weight for 10s, doing 245 for 10s with this position. Meaning I've done it on pin lays, sure. This is harder for me, doing it bent over. Phenomenal back pump from it though. Phenomenal back pump. Particularly all through my middle back, all through my traps and lats. Felt it. Oh, by the way, on that benching, that was 2.5 pounds more than the last time. I did pause 10s with a straight bar, just for perspective. It'll all be below. For everyone always asks, how much for all these weights? It's all listed below, guys. Dumbbells. Last time, even on a speed day, which normally I'm stronger on dumbbells, I didn't quite get my 10 reps with the last set. Today I did. These were hard. You guys can watch the 10th rep is slow every time. Okay, so we're getting stronger with these. I've completed 3 sets of 10 with these dumbbells now. Does it mean I'm ready to go up? I don't know about that. I'd like to be able to get an 11th rep before I increase weight again. Since I haven't got more than 3 by 10, I'm very reluctant to say, hey, we can increase this weight right now. I felt my chest big time. And I think especially after having done the pause bench first and then doing these after, my chest is crushed. My chest is lit up. Again, this combination will get you fat in the titties. All right? And it's such a simple combo. I mean, look at the 2 combos I'm doing. This doesn't even require any of my special equipment. This is stuff you all have at your normal gym. So you can't even say, well, Jason, you're doing that. If that helps your bench come up, then it's all your special equipment, which my special equipment matters. It's great. But realistically, pause bench with a decently wide grip, pinkies on rings, dumbbells, both for 3 sets of 10. It's pretty simple. But that's an effective chest combination. My chest was crushed. Those 6 sets, especially after doing a max triple, all I could handle. I went ahead and used the same dumbbells, though, for rowing afterwards. I just used the same dumbbells. I didn't feel like I could get more than 10s on these. And I think it's because my lats got hit harder. They were way more fatigued. Look how much more fatigued I am on these, I think, versus last time with this weight. Because I had to handle a heavier weight on the rows. They were just more difficult. Walked in more fatigued, but the same thing. Lats, upper back. Got pretty smashed off of 6 really good sets. All right, 6 really good sets. Now keep in mind it comes in slightly fatigued because why? I do Romanian deadlifts and all that stuff the day before. All right, I do Romanian deadlifts, which hit a lot of these same muscles. And I think, again, we want a combination that will help build deadlifts, though. If you want simple, yes, I do all the max work, all the speed work, the bands, chains, all that. Romanian deadlifts plus bent over rows. It's a good combination. Right, I've presented plenty of other good combinations, but it works. All this lighter dumbbell work, I was not able to increase weights today. These were hard limit sets. Everything was a limit set using the same weights I used last time. Again, these are going to progress super slow. I'm just trying to take them to really challenging sets at this point. All right. Really challenging sets. But I think people will notice if they look at this footage as I'm getting up and down, you can see the different angles, see my legs. People are noticing, yeah, I'm getting leaner. I mean, it's at a point where when you have people who are still making the memes of me being fat, you guys are looking kind of stupid at this point. Just calling it like it is. Right? There's plenty of things you could clown me about. At this point, that is not one of them. It just makes you look dumb. Okay? Perspective. So, laterals went good, but I did not really have more in the tank. Actually, all of this stuff, the 10s were all I could handle. Other than the rear delt flies, because it's going to be such a short clip, I'll discuss that going in. I've realized I'm getting all the upper back and rear delt work I can probably handle. We're possibly getting too many sets if I'm not careful. So I limited the rear delt flies to 1 set. Because, again, the laterals hit rear delts, all the rowing hits the rear delts. These are all rear delt exercises. Look at EMG stuff. They're all full work sets. We know that generally more than 10 quality sets in a workout produces less hypertrophy. Okay? We know that. Pretty good data on it. Very few studies conflict with it. Like 1. So I limited it 1 set of the rear delt flies to finish off the rear delts and traps and everything from a different angle because that gives me 10 work sets. And done twice a week, that's a lot. I did notice these were hard today, the extensions, and it's because I've been doing band press downs every day for restoration. I feel like maybe it's fatiguing my triceps a little too much. 6 good tricep extensions a week, 3 on each workout, considering I'm doing a lot of pressing. Right? If my pressing volume is optimized for chest and everything, triceps are still getting a decent amount of work. I don't need to be doing too many. And again, I noticed certain amounts of fatigue in certain parts of the tricep today doing these. And I think the band press downs might be too much for the restoration. I like doing the restoration stuff for my lower back. I may drop the band press downs on in between workouts. and just stick to these extensions and stuff to build my triceps after doing pressing. And if I need more tricep work, I can swap one of my presses with a closed grip bench. I can swap to a different bar. I could do some of my rep work with a football bar. Okay? Do either one of those. We're good. Same thing, the incline curls. I just want enough really quality sets for the biceps. I'm doing a lot of pulling, a lot of rowing. They count as half sets. So when people ask me how to rows count as half sets for your biceps. And they do cause some hypertrophy in studies, but it's only like when compared set to curls, it's only about 70% of the hypertrophy. So they're half sets. So we need some quality bicep sets, and I like to keep the incline curls in for the stretch reflex. Again, mainly because it's a completely different movement than anything else I'm doing, so we're hitting a very, very different angle and function. Potential for reducing bicep tears on the deadlift. It's all around win. So, I mean, again, I always, when people ask me what are good bicep exercises, this is one of the top three. I would say straight bar curls, weighted chins, incline curls, probably about the three best bicep movements you're going to find. And as long as you do at least one of those best movements, you're probably in a good position. And my biceps do seem to have been growing. And I'm not known for my arm development, but a couple of people have noted, especially when they see me sitting, and that they say, your biceps do look a little bigger. So it's helping. So I need them to grow. But I'm never going to have amazing, phenomenal biceps. It's just not my genetics. But we do need them to keep growing, and I like that protection on the deadlift. And then we finished up with the rear delt flies, which you guys will see. And I took that to 12 reps because I only did one set. So I took it all the way out to the end to get a really good quality set to finish off and get a slightly different angle for that whole rear delt and upper back. So I'm very happy with today's workout. Felt it was very productive, felt great. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.